Hello again! So a couple of days ago I brought up the subject of finding your career goals and finding your perfect job related to minimalism. And I do believe that minimalism can be a huge help in that area. That idea really stuck with me and I wanted to link it to the subject that I've been also thinking about, which is how to behave on a job interview. So how to approach the question of a job interview if you want to think about it in a minimalist way. So let me tell you where I'm coming from with this. Minimalism to me is actually about finding your true self. Meanwhile, approaching anything with the mindset that you still want to keep your true self. I think that manifests itself in any form of decluttering. For example, the most basic thing is when you are picking out what kind of clothes you like and getting rid of the stuff that you don't like. You will be able to be your true self and you won't feel bad about picking up one clothing item and realizing that you don't even feel right in it. Getting rid of the clothes that are just messing up your life and you don't feel right in them is very similar to looking for a job. If you are in the position of being able to pick your job, then you have to look at it in a way that you are really trying to be your true self, find what you really want, what will really make you happy and motivated to work. Because I think that is the most important thing, is that you will be motivated to work and it won't feel like you are working all the time. I'm not saying by any means that every job has to be the perfect job. It is not even possible that when you are starting off, then you find out that you want to be the CEO of a company. Then you cannot expect anyone to come up to you and offer you a CEO position because you are not even experienced. And the irony is that you probably won't even be happy in that position because you don't even know what it's about. You will need to work in very different areas, get experience, find your mindset to be able to decide what you want to do. You will have to work very hard to be able to pick the job that you want to do. And it is not only the question of knowing what you want to do, it is being able to decide what you want to do. You might be in a position where you have to support yourself and you cannot afford it to wait another month for a better job opportunity. That can also happen. I think that you have to push through those months, that you are doing this in order to make it better the next time and you are doing this just temporarily. You have to keep up your motivation to be motivated when you are actually getting to the point when you can decide what you want to do. And I wanted to share this idea with you because when I was little, I was about 10 or 9 years old, a family friend just came up to me and said, once you grow up, once you have a job, you will have to do what the boss says, otherwise you will get fired. And I was not a bad kid, so I don't even know why he came up to me and said that. But anyway, he said that and it really made me think, wow, how could he get to that point that there is a little kid, 10 years old, who knows nothing about jobs or work. And the first thing that he can say as wisdom, you will have to do what the boss says, otherwise you will get fired. And that is sad because this mindset shows that you cannot say anything, you cannot have an opinion on anything. I think the problem with that is that it closes the door on you being creative at a job, bringing a new mindset to the job or a new perspective. And I might be too idealistic about the word, but I think if people cannot have opinions, constructive opinions, and reasonable opinions, most of all, then nothing can improve. I mean, the most basic things can improve. For example, how you order at a pizza company. One of the employees could be having a great idea. If you have a job that has this mindset that you will be fired if you have a different opinion, then that is not cool. And as I've said probably many times, if you are not being rude and you are being reasonable, then people should be able to listen to you because you might be saying interesting things to them and you might be sharing an opinion that they could benefit from. At least that is my philosophy. So how is that related to job interviews? I think if you are interviewing for a job, there is this huge pressure that you have to show a certain side of yourself and you have to be someone better than you actually are. But if I would be in the position of hiring someone, I wouldn't want them to be not their true self, because then what's the point? You cannot keep up a show for months and months, and it is not good if you are in a place that you wouldn't want to be in because you don't belong there. So I think if you are enthusiastic about the job and you really want the job and you are qualified for the job, then the best option is that you are being true to yourself and you are saying what you really think. And if your mindset about what kind of boss you want is the same that I have, you would want him or her to be reasonable, I think the best thing you can do is that you have to act the same way that you want your boss to be. If he or she is not reasonable, then at least you can find that out on the job interview. You avoid getting a bad job and working for someone who doesn't share your views. And I'm sure that some of you who have been working in a place like this can share the view that it is not good. But if he or she is reasonable, then they will love that you are being honest. And I'm saying this because this summer, for the first time probably in my life, I have been able to be completely honest with my boss. Before that, I have been applying to another job that I just was not feeling right about. This summer, I think I had the best job in my life, and I really felt on the job interview as well that I could be myself, and it was a very positive experience. And I would be very interested to hear what kind of experiences you had. Maybe you had great job interviews that followed up with a great job, or bad job interviews that followed up with a bad job or a great job. I think that this is a much harder subject than decluttering your clothes and picking out what are the clothes that I really want. But I wanted to share this with you because I thought it was important. And if you are thinking about this the same way that I just explained to you, then it must have been nice to hear, because I know that I always like hearing when other people say similar things to what I was thinking. So that was the point of this video, and I really truly want this to be positive and helpful to some of you, and you can disagree with me, of course. Please, if you disagree, share it with me. It is very interesting to see how minimalism can affect other people's lives and how other people feel about minimalism and using minimalism in different aspects of life. So I hope you will have a very nice day, and thanks for watching.